Hello again. Okay, so continuing on my little Smith & Wesson accessory series, I'm going to talk about some of the holsters that I purchased for my gun and for the magazine. I have one of those as well. And really just give a quick overview and kind of break out the videos because it seems like I tend to ramble quite a bit. But first, the first one I want to talk about, and I'll link out to this stuff again in the description, which I will, is really kind of my little my quote-unquote mag pouch approach. And what I bought for that is this little SnagMag holder. Now, what this is meant to be, for anyone who's not familiar with it, is it's meant to be an inside the pocket magazine holder, or magazine pouch, I guess you can say, and it kind of keeps the magazine upright and ready to go inside the pocket. This was kind of my first approach to how I was going to carry an extra magazine with my concealed carry, and this is what I came up with. This one is specifically made for the shield. I have one as well for my bodyguard that I didn't talk about, but it's a very similar idea. It's a single piece of Kydex, with a clip added, and it's meant to keep your magazine in your pocket upright. And it's supposed to sit, it sits against the back of your pocket, your jeans or your cargo pants. And this little lip here is when you pull the magazine out, as you would, you should be pulling it out kind of in this fashion. This holder should stay in your pocket by this snagging on the pocket, on the inside of the pocket. Thus the entire the name SnagMag, where it comes from. This kind of works okay. Since it was for the shield, it's kind of a bit longer, and the intention is that you can see my Mag Guts extended magazine fits in here perfect. It doesn't go beyond the top. It's kind of meant to kind of support both the 7 and 8 round magazine. At least I assume it was. I tried using it with a flush fit 7 rounder, and it seemed to be a real pain in the behind, because I was having issues where the bottom of the mag was grabbing against this the clip here, or I should say the ring to hold the clip in here. The longer magazines tend to be okay, but still, unfortunately, in a lot of cases, I'm still getting a little bit lazy and just throwing the magazine in the pocket, which is not it's better than nothing, but it's not the best approach. It's the other thing I kind of don't like about it is this clip is fairly flimsy. I do have another magnetic based similar idea, the NeoMag, which has works on a pretty heavy duty magnet idea, which I'll probably do a video about at some point. That guy has the clip on that is so strong, and the way it's designed, it stays in your pocket and it doesn't move. This thing tends to, if you're wearing it and you're walking around a little bit, it tends to move around a little bit and get out of position. It's it's not the greatest. If you're looking for a nice idea to try to hold your magazines and have them ready to go in the case that you would need to change mags in a situation, it's certainly worth the expense. I think I paid like $30 for this, which for what it is, for a single piece of Kydex and a clip, it is a little pricey, but again, it's probably worth trying out. I would think if you really don't like it, you could probably sell it pretty easily on the secondary market, because it's going to be pretty durable. The Kydex is pretty durable. It's not going to break it, and if for some reason it gets loose or something, or if it starts to bend, you can heat it up and reform it. So that's kind of my magazine pouch approach for concealed carry. Now I'm going to kind of switch gears and go through the holsters that I use for my shield. So since we're starting to play with the gun, let's do a safety check. Safety, nothing in the chamber. Finger's a little greasy, which is a nice thing. You know, magazine's empty, as was the one. You know, it was pretty plain as day to see. This one I was playing with was empty as well. But yeah, so really, kind of the evolution is the last holster I'm going to talk about is my G-code INCOG. But really, you know, what happened is I got my gun and I started looking for the right holster to get. Decided for my shield I want to try to get a G-code, and then if you're at all familiar with it, you know, the INCOG holsters are great. The INCOG holsters are great inside the waistband holsters, but you know, you order one and it takes a good, you know, at least 6 weeks typically to kind of get one. So really I kind of went through a few options of what can I find at a local shop, or what can I find Amazon that I'll get quickly, you know, that could allow me to carry the gun and be still pretty secure about it. I will say, you know, my kind of preferred carry method is, you know, I'm not the tallest guy, but I do like to carry Appendix. You know, and I can make any of the holsters I'm going to show. They can work. Some prevent printing, you know, which is, you know, really in my case is, you know, having the butt or the handle of the gun kind of protrude out of my shirt a little bit. But they all work, but, you know, in varying degrees of success. So anyway, the first holster that I bought, you know, I bought it. It was pretty inexpensive, and the idea was, you know, this is kind of a generic holster, can probably fit a few of my guns, and would kind of work out pretty well. It was this Galco, that's how we pronounce it, gun leather holster. It's a Stow-N-Go, which is meant for inside the pants, or inside the waistband. I guess you can pretty much use this in most positions, but you know, it's a straight drop, so I would think it's most effective in Appendix, you know, 1, 2 o'clock. So, you know, cross draw. No, you wouldn't use this for cross draw. But yeah, this is just a very simple leather holster, you know, with some nice high quality leather that's kind of soft, with this big beefy strong clip, which, you know, you can see here, which is a really nice design feature. You know, it has these really big beefy hooks on the bottom of the clip, which fit right nicely into the pouch of the leather here. Yeah, you can see that, right? So when the clip goes in, you know, you can see the belt goes right over the insert here, and these clips are going to stay underneath your belt. You know, you're not going to have any issues with this coming off. As well, I really like the top of the holster here. There's some wire that's sewed in the top that really keeps it open. So if you want to reholster it, you're going to have no issues with anything hanging up trying to get your gun in the holster. I did have a Taurus 709 Slim, I guess is the model, that would fit in this as well. The box that I still have says it will it will hold a Walther PPS as well. And again, the shield, you know, you can see the shield, and this fits in here really snug, because this is, you know, when I did use it, this is kind of sitting in the box in my closet right now, kind of banded. It, you know, fit in pretty well. You can kind of tell the wear on the leather. It hasn't been used a whole lot. It hasn't been used a lot, but you know, the little bit of wear, it's holding up fine. Biggest kind of issue I have with this holster, and anything pretty much I've used in Appendix with these shorter barreled guns, is that, you know, when you load these up with ammunition, this gun up with ammunition, especially now, you know, with my extended mag here, 9 rounds, so your center of gravity is riding above your waistband, right? So what happens is, you know, this is getting pushed into your body, the gun wants to go away, and what happens, you get the, you know, the front of the pistol starts, you know, riding right into your, you know, lower abdomen. And, you know, walking around, it's no fun, but if you're in a position where you guys sit a lot, it gets to be quite uncomfortable, you know. So you can see, you know, it's a little rounded here, and you kind of get that front of the gun like riding into your stomach. So you know, it's, you know, other than that, you know, for what it is, for a very inexpensive leather holster, it's great. You know, I think I'll hold on to it as kind of a secondary or tertiary holster, and just use it as that. So yeah, that was the first option I went with. Then I was, you know, perusing around, and I found this holster. You know, it's a very low profile, very skinny holster. Not a Kydex holster. Can you hear the little clip in there? When it clipped in, right? Then it clips in with this other clip, which is a little flimsy, and you can adjust it. And this worked out, you know, pretty good as well. So what is this holster? It is a Blackhawk A.R.C. inside the waistband holster, and it's, you know, it's molded specifically for this gun. The actual holster itself, it's not Kydex. You know, everyone kind of loves the Kydex, but it's not Kydex. It's a molded polymer, injection molded. You know, again, this is another little inexpensive holster. You know, you can see it really does the job. It clips in, it covers the trigger guard. It's rounded. It has this nice high profile. So if you had silencer sights or some, you know, huge, I guess, stake sights, or you would call them, you could easily fit them in there. And it has this nice little rounded plastic piece on the tip here, which kind of covers the front of the gun to protect it from the elements. And it, you know, it's kind of, it ends up being more comfortable, as I was saying, sitting against your abdomen, right? So if you can see, you know, this is, yeah, it should be, this is the back. This would end up riding into your lower abdomen, and it's kind of a little bit more comfortable than the other one was. Again, you can adjust the height with this. I don't know if you can do much to adjust the cant. If I recall, well, you know, since we're here, I have a screwdriver. Let me quickly take the screw off. Yeah, it would allow you to adjust the cant as well. Look, that's what I thought. You can see the little star pattern on the inside of the clip. So I'm assuming if you wanted to adjust the cant to carry somewhere else, it's probably been an option. So I would think with this, you know, and again, you can have it ride higher or lower below the waistband. I would think with this holster, you know, I currently don't use it, but if it came back into play, I'd probably try it in other locations along the waistband for, you know, to carry, because you can, you know, I could probably use this at 3 o'clock and it'll probably work out pretty well, pretty good. Yeah, you can see that. No, it doesn't want to stay there, huh? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Sorry. There's a little metal piece inside here that I need to be screwing into. And all right, I'm not gonna go through the exercise of trying to readjust this now on camera, because I'm sure it might be quickly becoming a little annoying to some folks, or maybe I will. Oh, I fell out. All right, you're done. So yeah, so it's, for what it is, very inexpensive. You know, I have the box here. You know, it comes with 2 clips for different belt sizes. It's ambidextrous. It's very inexpensive. It's a pretty neat little holster for the cost. You know, so but as I was saying, these were all kind of the options while I was waiting on this guy. And this was a G-code INCOG holster. They have so many names on this. I'm trying to remember if it's right, because you order and it comes from tacticalholsters.com, and it calls it's you know, it says it's an Edgeworks order, you know, and then if you look at the name on these actual clips, it's G-code. So there's just so many names, but I'm sure a lot of people are probably familiar with this or heard about this. This is a very, very nice holster. It's Kydex, customly molded. You put the gun in, you get that nice little click, and it's not going anywhere. I guess the tactical fuzz, I guess the purpose of this is to try to give a little bit more friction for the holster not to move around, I guess, or feel more comfortable against your body. You know, I have the full sweat shield for this one as well. You can see when you go to grab it, everything is well covered, but then there's plenty of room here to grab the grip. Full height 4A stake sights, silencer sights, whatever kind of sight you put on your gun, and it's ready to go. You know, retention adjustment, I guess, should be this clip right here, and then if you kind of see, it has this little wedge in here. What do they call it? Well, it's just kind of a wedge to kind of push the clip off, to kind of keep the pistol against your body as you would wear it. And then you can see that the actual belt clips themselves are quite sturdy and angled, which will continue to just push the pistol against your body and keep it very, very well concealed. Now, kind of my issue right now, and it's kind of my me being silly. It's obvious if I had 2-hole clips, it would fit perfectly. And I bought 3-hole clips. So I have these clips that dangle down, and I end up with these little jetting pieces of plastic that again, you know, this is forcing everything in against your body, but when you sit down, you tend to drive the plastic into your lower abdomen a little bit, and it's not terribly comfortable. That's completely on me. The only problem was shortly after I got it, I wanted to get replacement 2-hole clips, and then when I looked at the cost for just ordering 2 clips and the shipping, I decided I'm going to wait. So whether I end up cutting clips or sanding them down, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to kind of wait and see on that. I'll probably considering getting another G-code holster for another one of my pistols, so I might potentially buy those clips at that time. But again, this is in my mind, it's an $80 holster, or at least that's what I paid for it with shipping. It's great. It's worth the money. It's worth the money. It's probably not my favorite holster. I love the stealth gear stuff, but I mean, this is a phenomenal option. This is a great holster. You know, it just conceals really well. For whatever reason, that's one of the most, my 2 key points is, you know, concealability and comfort, and, you know, kind of safety of the gun. These knock all of those out of the park. The only thing, in my opinion, is a stealth code holster, which I'm sure I'll do a review on at some point, is probably a little bit better because they're more comfortable. They're what they use, you know. I'll leave that for that review. I'd say this obviously has better retention. Probably it knocks retention out of the park, and durability. You know, this is going to last forever. You can. It's probably hard to see, but all of the edges on here are very smooth, very well sanded. It's a very, very high quality workmanship on this guy. The tactical fuzz, it is what it is. I'm not sure what the marketing message is on this, but it is something you don't get from a lot of other holsters out there. So I think that's it, and I'll wrap up here. I'll put out links to all of these fine options. Like I said, for the money, I don't regret spending any of the money I spent on any of these holsters. They, you know, for what I spent, what the intention was, you know, and how I used them, it worked. It's you know, money well spent. Probably, I guess the only one is the SnagMag is, you know, I didn't get a lot of use out of it for the money I spent on it. I'm still going to try to use it a bit more. You know, I'm kind of thinking with my Mag Guts extensions, it's probably going to work out a little bit better. But that's the only one I could have easily lived without. You know, all of these, at the time I bought them and the time I used them, they certainly serve the purpose. And I'll wrap it up there. So, what are we supposed to say? What is it? Subscribe? I don't know. I don't think I have any subscribers, but if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'll try to respond, because I'm just trying to pass along some information and kind of, you know, enjoy the firearms hobby a little bit more, and just enjoy the community. I've spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos, a lot of great information out there. You know, if you think anything I'm saying is wrong here, let me know, and I'll try to I'll try to confirm, and if need be, correct it. And if not, have a great day.